Hello and welcome to the Coca Cola 10-Pin Classic, coming to you from the Richlands Bowl in Brisbane. Now today we have a match between one of the top seed contenders, South Australia, as they take on New Zealand, and here's how the teams line up. For South Australia, they have 43-year-old Silvano Prez, current average of 210, 23-year-old Tina Peake and 33-year-old Brenton Davey. For New Zealand, 17-year-old Paul Fincham, current average of 196, 36-year-old Diane Wichello, current average of 185, and 23-year-old Murray Johnston with a current average of 190. Joining me in commentary, Terry Wenban and Sue Cass. And first up will be the 43-year-old computer programmer, Silvano Prez.
Well, South Australia have changed their lineup. They've got Silvano bowling the 10th frame. Starting off, Brenton's done an excellent job. I hope it's a good move.
There's your reply, Terry Wenban.
That looks a great move. Even see a great shot here.
Have a look at this 7-pin.
Just spins. Whoa.
Oh. Come on, over.
Paul Fincham.
You know, with bowling and golf have another, well, I think one great similarity is a pre-shot routine. I think you really have to walk up, stand at the carousel. You've got to do everything exactly right. You've got to get your rhythm and your cadence correct. Yeah, and before you even pick the ball up, it's very important to have this pre-shot routine to get everything right.
New Zealand start with a spare, South Australia start with a strike. Tina Peake.
Yes, you'll see. Ball just runs across, picks up the spare. But I can't help thinking he needs to just take more time before he throws the ball. Let's see what Tina Peake can do here.
I think she'll be happy with that result there.
Yeah, she's
struggling a bit in this tournament, Tina, isn't she?
She is struggling a bit. You know, I think, yeah, as Sue said, she'll be happy with the 8. She can go back up and make a spare. She just needs to make sure she spares. Needs a couple of strikes.
Nice cover.
You know, only bowling 3 frames a game. You don't get a great deal of opportunity to redeem yourself if you make a poor shot. So you've got to make every shot count. It's a good spare.
Diane Wichello.
Oh, dear. She'll actually probably be happy that that was a foul. She's got another chance to go back and convert the spare, whereas the split that she has left would be a little bit difficult to convert.
As you see here, she just slides way too far and the foot just goes right over the line. As we've said before, she's got to learn to plant a foot, then bring her arm through. Her arm just gets way in front of herself.
Yeah, she's actually still sliding when she's just about to release the ball. You don't want that. You actually want to be solid at the foul line. Wait, bring the arm through.
Use the leverage to get some power on the ball.
She was conscious of that. Well, it was a good recovery.
It was a good shot.
Unfortunate for New Zealand that she actually happened to foul after they did have a spare in the first frame. But let's hope they can get back together and try and get their way to recovery.
Well, here's Brent. He shot himself in the head before he shot the ball. I don't know why he's done that. He knows he dropped the other one short in his previous games, and he wants to get through the ball. Knows what he's got to do. Let's see if he can go out and do it.
Come on, ball. Get me one. Oh, lovely shot.
Well, I think Brenton's probably the key to this South Australian team firing. You'll see here in the replay, great shot, gets the ball down to where he wants, gets to that break point that he's looking for.
Oh, totally awesome shot.
He's won a lot of good tournaments too. He's won the Perth Cup, I think, on 3 occasions, the Australian Open. They're all great wins.
Murray Johnston.
Sent that one out.
And brought it back.
And he gets the result. You know, he likes to turn the ball. He's got to send the ball out and watch it come back.
Could this be the start New Zealand are hoping for? Great pin action.
Ball just comes up almost to 7-10, but they all fall over. Situation now after the third frame is South Australia lead by 21.
Tina Peake replies.
Well, that'll do it the world of good. He's a lot happier there. Good shot here from Tina, straight in the pocket. That's what she wants, to give her a lot of confidence. New Zealand on a double, but they have had that disaster in the second frame. But Diane threw a good second shot. Let's see if she can get a strike and get New Zealand a turkey.
Oh, and she comes through with a shot.
Well, this is what we expected from New Zealand. You know, they're a big fighting country, and they're doing a good job here. This is such a good shot, especially after the disappointment of a first one. But should be very, very happy with that. Gives New Zealand 3 in a row. Reduces the lead.
We might just explain to the viewers at home that a turkey is
3 strikes in a row. Let's see what Brenton can do here. Strike in the 5th. And he just wanted to make a double.
Watches it. Yes. Let's do it. He liked that a long way out. Good shot.
This will be a great shot here. You see Brenton's ball revolving, goes out, starts to take the roll. He liked that one.
It's a shame he can't show us a little bit more emotion, isn't it?
He's a bit placid, isn't he?
Yeah.
And back with Murray.
Well, Murray got the ball out before. He can get back here and he can get a 4-bagger for New Zealand. Bring him right back into the game.
Got it out, and it's coming back.
Well, that was a good shot.
Projected the ball out onto the lane. It came back at the right time. Just no luck in getting rid of the 10-pin.
Just lose that soft 10. He's got to go back, make the spare. It's important.
Has he got it covered? Yep.
You see here in the replay, he just slides off it, falls over, trying to get the ball out, but picks it up nonetheless.
Frames 7, 8, and 9, and 10 are left in this match. You're looking at Silvano Prez.
Mr. Martin, what is he called? Mr. Nice Guy of 10-pin bowling.
He'll be Mr. Nice Guy with his teammates. If he can put this away.
Okay, that's a good shot. It's a good shot. It's a good shot. Come on. Have the spare. Come on.
See the ball here just coming up light. Did. Again, there's that stubborn 7-pin. It shouldn't pose a problem sparing it.
All right, sir. Good shot.
Dead centre.
Second last shot, better wide and high.
Good shot there from Sil. Solid at the line, gets the ball well through.
Yes.
Oh.
No. One remains. Paul Fincham. He shot a lot of 9s in this tournament, this man.
Well, he throws quite a good ball, but he's just not able to get the ball in the pocket. He's obviously tense and...
Looked like he threw just a little bit inside his actual line that he was shooting at then.
He's going to make sure he picks up the spare.
One thing I've noticed is that both bowlers that use the Excalibur bowling ball do use the same ball for spares, which is not what I would recommend.
What's the difference between your strike ball and your spare ball?
Your spare ball, you would tend to go for a harder case ball, throw it more direct at the spare to minimise your chance of actually missing it.
Good shot.
Lovely shot there from Tina.
Are the balls the same weight?
Probably not. I know I use 15s and 16s depending on the lane conditions. And Sue, what weight do you use?
I use 15.5.
Now back with Tina. Try and tidy up here.
Hold. Good girl.
Oh, great shot. The shot looked a little bit tentative, but she managed to get away with the cover.
Well, she still looks a bit tentative out there. But the spare gives South Australia the lead. And that's all that's important at this stage. But young Diane Wichlow.
New Zealand desperate of a strike. Could this be it? They ride it. But the 10 pin stands.
Finish it off.
You know, it's quite amazing. After the foul that she had in the second frame, the team has bowled very well. They have been in the pocket all the time. It really seems to have loosened them up a lot, made them go out there and fight a bit more. Maybe it should have happened earlier in the tournament.
Yeah, it's definitely a different New Zealand team that we're seeing here today. They've got a lot more determination. I guess they're sort of taking the attitude, well, they've got nothing to lose. Oh, come on. No, unfortunately, it was a miss.
Yeah, once the ball drops into the gutter, it's got to be counted as a miss. You'll see here the ball will go down, drop in the gutter. But unfortunately, once it hits the gutter, it is counted as a miss.
Well, you're lucky you don't play with me. I'd be counting if it was mine.
Did hear Diane say there was a little bit wet on the outside, so...
Okay, back on it. Come on. Got a break out of it.
Well, those 2 9 misses have certainly been not very helpful for New Zealand, but South Australia have enjoyed it. It's taken them to an 18-pin lead. Here's Brenton with his boogie ball. Conventional finger grip.
Again, Alan, this is a classic example of what we were saying before. Brenton's changed to a boogie ball, which is, I'd say, the hardest ball you can actually get. Thrown it straight down at the pin, minimised any chance of error.
Does the spare ball not swing as much?
No, being a harder case ball, it will go further down the lane and a lot straighter. And that's what you want. You don't want to do anything fancy with your spares. You know, the object of the game is to knock the pins over. How you do it, it doesn't really matter.
Let's see if Murray can get up here and restore some faith.
Might come back too hard, yeah, and it does. Didn't really give it the room that he's given it on the last couple of shots.
No, again, he needs to get the ball right out. You know, he likes to swing the ball. He needs to swing the ball. There's that elbow there, loses momentum. Again, he slides also, as with Diane, too much. He's got to learn to plant and then whip the arm through. It's very much a leverage game these days. The game has changed over the last 4 or 5 years dramatically with bowling balls and styles.
This would be a good spare if you can shift these 3.
Yeah.
Can't do so, and South Australia are cruising.
Well, at this stage, yeah, it's you know, New Zealand have had 3 open frames in the 9th frame. South Australia now lead by 20.
Frame remaining. Silvano Perez probably just going through the motions to tidy up this match for the South Australians.
No, don't forget the pinfall on counts. As we saw with Ian Bradford, he struck out for the extra 10 pins, and South Australia need the pinfall.
Get in.
Oh, yes!
Well, Silvano there nearly killing a cameraman.
Oh, that hurt.
He's getting too old to do this. You see him run it out, gets down, great shot. Headpin takes out the 10. Silvano's on his knees. 43 years of age, he's still pretty agile.
Just goes to show that it doesn't matter how old you are, anybody can play the game. Well, he's probably happy that he left that there and not the first shot.
Yeah, he's...
Brooklyn got the first one in.
You know, as Silvano said, again, with these new balls, the Excaliburs and Rhino Pros with this tacky surface, if you soften up on the shot, the ball just jumps. You must keep your speed up on the ball at all times. You've got to keep the ball with a decent speed to be consistent. Just takes 3 out, gives them a 191 game.
Wouldn't it be nice to see Paul close with 3 strikes here? But a few things go wrong, and it continues.
Really seeming to rush the shot.
He sort of just gets up there and just takes off, doesn't it? As I said, I think it's really important that you have a pre-shot routine before you take off your first step. You've got to get everything right to settle yourself, so that bowling is the type of game where if you were a machine and could repeat the shot exactly the same, you'd be unbeatable.
Perfect. Although he bowls fast, Sue, he seems to bowl fast all the time. He doesn't mix his pace, does he?
No,
Going to the foul line.
No, it is a constant pace. It's the same speed all the time. I'd prefer actually to see him slow down a little bit more and give himself a chance. He just seems to be rushing too fast. Again, it looked like there was no preparation.
Yeah, he really just picks up the ball and takes off.
A good win to South Australia. They defeat New Zealand by 30 pins. Our next match is between Victoria and Western Australia,